In this episode, I'm going to show you how we go from here to here, all in Lightroom. In this episode, I'll be using the brush tool to highlight certain areas to make them pop out and draw the eye to them. Alright, let's get started at the bottom. We're at the current version already. We'll skip vignetting. Let's level this image. I'm just looking at the horizon with the grid lines over it to see if it's level. Once the horizon is straight, then we're good. Apply the profile corrections and remove the chromatic aberration. We'll do our standard sharpening of 100 and applying a mask. We'll go to 50. We don't want to sharpen the sky. It'll just add more grain. We'll skip this area for now and we'll come back to it. I like where the white balance is at, so we're just going to leave it. The exposure is okay. We're going to start with highlights, bring them all the way down, and bring the shadows all the way up, opening up this image. We have quite a bit of room that's empty on the histogram over here, so let's move it over using the white slider. That really brightens up the image. It looked fine before, but if we went to go print that image, it would have been too dark, and you would have just got a dim image on your print. So you always need to look at your histogram and make sure you're from the right side to the left side. Let's bring down the black slider just a little bit. That's good. Okay, we can go down to the HSL panel, start with luminance. I'm going to darken the blues slightly, so we have a slightly darker sky. And then I'm going to add some saturation to the blues. And then watch how it makes the sky look a lot better. That's good. Let's go to hue this time. And let's change the color of the sky slightly. So we can click here on blue, and we can bring it down to make it more teal, or up to make it more purple. Here's where we started at. I just want to change the shade slightly of this blue. So we're going to go up 10. Now it's a bit of a darker blue and less green looking. It makes this color of the sky more natural. Now it is a darker shade of blue instead of having a green tone to it. We're going to use the brush tool now to adjust several different areas of this image. I'm going to start with the sky. We have a bit of a magenta color cast up here because I was using a cheap ND filter. I had a 3-stop soft edge graduated neutral density filter. It was a plastic high-tech filter and it had a magenta cast to it. So let's use the brush tool. Press O for overlay so we can see where we're working. Let's just select this area of the sky. Press O to turn it off. I'm going to bring the tint down just a little bit to remove some of that magenta. We'll add in a little bit of green. I'm also going to brighten the sky up just a little bit because it's a little dark. That looks better. Let's press new. I want to add a little bit of texture in to all of this cliff area. So let's brush it in. Press O to turn on our overlay. We have auto mask on, so we only need to get close and let Lightroom handle the rest. It does a good job of masking what you need. We spilled over a little bit here. That's not a problem. Just hold down Alt, turns your brush into an eraser. We can erase that area. Press O once again so we can see what we're affecting, and we're going to bring the texture up. Right there looks good. I think we only need a texture in this area. We don't want to add it to the water or to the sky or the foreground, but we need to bring out this midground using the texture. The last brush we're going to do is to the foreground. So press new. Let's select all of this area, all the green and the purple. Let's see if we got it all. That's good. The foreground is really our main element of this image, so I'm going to really bring up the saturation on it. to draw your eye into these purple flowers. These flowers usually aren't here. I've only seen them here very infrequently. So I got pretty lucky with this image. They were also super tall at this time. I've seen them there before, but they were much shorter. Alright, that looks good. I want to add a little bit more saturation to the purple. So let's close the brush, go back down to the HSL panel, and go to saturation. Choose purple. Let's go up just a little bit. That's enough. We don't want to overdo it. The last thing I want to fix is removing this bird up here. You can barely see it, but it was distracting me. So choose the spot removal tool, just click on the bird, choose an area near it, and press enter. And it's gone. Usually I like birds in the sky, but this single bird was just kind of distracting up here in the top right. We really want our main focus to be on the foreground here. So in this episode, we used the brush tool to add some color and some texture and fixing a color cast. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. Thanks.